do a poll. Yes, I'm not going to begin with it. If you do not know, Tonye seats in River State, right? And the notable people, let's take a listen to what he said.
We have to break this circle, okay? And it's a circle that you're seeing. And unless and until you have a legitimate break from that circle, you will see it continue. Our intention was to break that circle and just have something different on the table that can move forward. But more importantly, there was a question that you asked before the break, and I would like to just go briefly back to that to touch on it. And we're talking about who expects to have broken worse. And I would say this very carefully, Sharon. When you make an intervention in the first instance, you expect that people will go and move, but you don't walk away from it. You have to take a look at it and see that how can you move forward. And this would be my advice as far as River State is concerned. There are certain people that Mr. President has to empower to go and speak on his behalf. Call the warring factors together because they have an interest, a larger interest in the state. And just off the top of my head, I can name 3 or 4 people that he can empower to go and see if he can mediate. I would call, first of all, an old politician who has been governor of the state that I know holds a lot of respect, like a judge coming in on the one side. I would call somebody who is considered to be a very strong spiritual leader in the state, Pastor David Ibiorime, that I know that they both respect, and put him there. I will call an elder statesman who has very little to do with politics, but is straight and forthright and will say exactly what he would say. Someone like Atedo Peterside. And probably, because of our interest one way or another within the whole River State dynamics and all the things that may have happened, positive or negative, I would also call Her Excellency Patience Goodluck. Give these 4 people the mandate to sit these 2 warring factions down and have them. And maybe one more person, I don't know where he would fit in this, because I know that right now he's on the same side, but you may want to call His Excellency Peter Odili into that mix. But whatever the case, bring this who do not have a direct interest, so to speak, personal interest of gaining anything out of the mix, and have them speak to these 2 warring factors because of the future of the state. And I think the president needs to do something to that level.
All right, Tonye Cole there. Giving an advice, urging the president. By the way, a lot of people, I think, looking at today's newspaper or newspapers, the front pages, you would see a couple of people calling on the president to intervene in the political feud in Rivers State. Now, Tonye Cole said there should be some notable Rivers people who do not have direct interest in the political feud in Rivers State that should intervene and call these 2 people together and find a solution. Now, we were told while growing up, for those of you in your 30s, 40s, 50s, that elders are the ones who usually solve, the problem when 2 brothers are fighting. But it looks like the elders in Rivers State have also taken sides. They have set up camps on both sides of the fence, and it's now very difficult to ascertain, who should help solve the problem. However, we had Tonye Cole there say people like Pastor Ibiome, people like Atedo Peterside, who of course is a businessman, right? You know him as a businessman. Ada Judge, a seasoned politician, once governor of Rivers State. Patience Jonathan did play a major role in the political shift that happened 2014, 2015 here in Rivers State. We can deny that fact, right? So when we look at this, and by the way, on Tuesday, while the former governor was on Channels TV granting that interview, he did not deny. He said that will be there's a word he used, it's talking about ingratitude. He said it would be ingratitude on his part to say that Patience Jonathan and her husband did not contribute to his political journey as governor of Rivers State, and he said it will be ingratitude. And however, who are these people who are these elders that we can say they are neutral? But you see, there's one thing to be neutral, there's another thing to have influence and be able to have some level of how do I put it now? Control is control the word, but let's go with influence. Some level of influence over these two people. Now let's see. Patience Jonathan once again played a political godmother role for Wike 2014-2015. So it can be said that the governor, His Excellency Siminalayi Fubara, could be political grand godson. Can I say it that way? Right? Given the fact that he has always said that Wike is his Oga, his political father. Okay, so can she bring them together? Can we have Pastor Ibiome, a respectable man of God in River State, which I do believe both people should also, or do you have other names? Because in that interview, Tonye said something that struck a nerve. He said that the political feud, as it stands right now, the people of River State do not matter in the equation that is being played out. You don't see people go to court to argue whether the people of River State are suffering or not, right? So the people have been relegated to the backstage. The people have been, almost, I wouldn't say they have been forgotten, but almost forgotten, because at one point when you think the political drama is dissipating, is abating, you see, yesterday I just told you that it looks like, the political drama had reached a crescendo and, it was taking a new shape, only for the Court of Appeal to release its judgment, and it took us way back to the status quo. So these are the issues. And then the question is, can we have an out-of-court solution? Some people say, no, we want our legal jurisprudence to be reached. We need to arrive at a final conclusion, which is a given. I would not lie to you. However, do you think the statement, the advice by Tonye is a grey one? Let's have some elder, and the politicians will listen. Yes, who are these people? As a matter of fact, people like the Court of Appeal's judgment is because one party withdrew their suit, the other party did not. But meanwhile, in the agreement, it was stated that all suits should be withdrawn. It was part of the 8 points agenda. But what do I know? I'm going to go to the phone lines, but I'm looking at the clock, and I do have a commercial in about 3 minutes time, or in about 2 minutes time. So I'm wondering if I can quickly take a call or two before 3 or 2 minutes time. Well, I do have a lot of... Okay, I'm going to start with who called in first. Now, Braid, welcome. What is on your mind? Quickly tell me.
Yeah, greetings, Mr. Batubo.
Yeah, quickly tell me.
Yeah,
please.
what is in my mind is that I think they should look out for the former military governor of River State, Papa Triede, to speak.
Oh, interesting.
And also look out for Ada Rufus Judge. Look out for Odili.
But Odili seems to be on the side of Sim.
No problem.
Okay.
They should also look out for Rotimi Shubike Amechi.
Interesting.
Also look out for Shibudom Wushe. And also look out for the Traditional Rulers Council chairman. And also look out for Mrs. Patient Jonathan.
Do they have influence over Wike and Fubara? That's the question.
Yes, they will.
All right, Braid, I've got to go. Thank you. Let's quickly listen to Dede. Tell me quickly. Do you think these people have influence over these two politicians?
I don't think so. It will amount to more mistakes, considering the one the president did before. And this is my first time in the history of Nigeria seeing some constitutional and court matter being settled by a president. I think for me, I am not seeing it that there is a distraction We are overcrowded
All right.
by political happening. That does not mean that the governor is
I
not
I would
doing
have to
things
let
in
you
the
go,
state.
Dede. Thank you very much. I've got a commercial. When I do come back, we talk some more.
Stay with us.
The headline news: Lawyer urges political solution to Rivers crisis following Court of Appeal judgment. Court bars PDP neck BOT from sacking acting national chairman Damagam. APC suspends Petroleum Minister Luke Bobry, 9 orders in Bayer State. Footballers Boniface Lukman Simon lead Eagles attack against Libya in Uyo. On the foreign scene, UK government shocked by Israel's attacks on UN bases in Lebanon. Details in the 6 p.m. bulletin. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215.
The details,
the stories,
with the updates.
Your number one station for talk brings it all.
Nigerian politics is more strategic. Even look at the presidential level, you see almost the same thing almost playing out. It's a game of numbers and popularity.
It's not to help our brothers and sisters to rise up and condemn.
Don't be left out of the conversation.
Let's talk on Nigeria Info. This is Hard Facts.
5:31 p.m. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. We are almost reaching the end of the conversation. But remember, there will be open season where we will do a recap of our conversations for the day and look at possible front page stories as we go into the weekend. So let's get your thoughts. I'm going back to the phone lines. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. 0817-923-0007. There is WhatsApp number for WhatsApp calls and WhatsApp messages. I've got 0809-030-6416. What do you think we can look up to in terms of influence, in terms of pedigree, in terms of good reasoning, and that can call these two political actors together, father and son politically, and say, hey, enough is enough. Let us resolve this. Let's give peace a chance. Tonye says, Pastor Biome, at Peter's side, good luck, Jonathan's wife, Patience Jonathan, and he called Ada George. But I did have a caller. The caller said we should ask DSP. I feel like that's a big name, and yes, he would, play a very good role in assuaging the situation. He also mentioned Rotimi Amechi, mentioned Uche. But let's get your thoughts now. I've got Christian from Bunny. Christian, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Yes, like the last caller rightly said, I know Fubara is that kind of, he has a gentle spirit. He will listen. But this, the Federal Capital Territory Minister, that is my only fear if he will take advice and listen to anybody. You understand? The problem in River State is that River State is very, very lucrative and important with the federal government.
Okay.
And the federal government will always do anything to make sure they control the state. And by that doing, even when the so-called governors are doing wrong, you understand, the one that is on their side, they are ready to give them all the what they need, support, everything, mercenaries to make sure they deliver and control the state. That is what is killing River State. It happened. Look at all the past governors we've had. Look at what happened between Odili and there was this Calabari man that better died. Look at the same thing with Amechi and Goodluck. Come to K when he became minister. Watch them. It's the same thing. Once they have that support from Abuja, it sinks into their head. They don't even think of the interest of their people anymore. They are ready to sell the state. You understand? And the so-called Abuja too. Whatever the fault these governors are committing, because they need them, they also back them, and they don't even probe them.
All right.
Somebody like Wike should have been.
But yet again, you've not answered my question, Christian. You've not answered my question. I understand how sentimental or emotional you are about what you're saying, but my question remains: whether you would listen or not, there has to be someone. Do you think there is someone? It's a yes or a no answer.
Because yes, somebody like the Beef, that is the only person that I think. If you
All right.
look at the record.
All right.
In short, the old Port Harcourt, where you have all these tall buildings, was during the time of Beef.
All right. All right.
So those are the founding father of this state.
All right, Chris, I've got to go.
Man will not listen to them.
Okay, you've said your own. Let's listen to Robin from HA. Robin, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear. Yeah, welcome.
I think that this discourse is not to shop for list or names of those or someone who can talk to
No, but that's what it is.
But you asked the question. I'll answer you.
Okay.
But first and foremost, I disagree with the acceptability.
Okay.
The names you mentioned, one of them to my know is former governor, Dr. Fubara. It's an interested party. The daughter is serving in the president. I hope you know that.
He did mention Oddity's name, but he was not so sure about that. He said maybe. And he also mentioned he's an interested party. But then he mentioned Pastor Ibiume, he mentioned Atedo Peterside, he mentioned Patience Jonathan, he mentioned those names like he was very sure those people could have an effect, an influence,
Maybe
an
I
impact.
didn't hear him well, but I'm sure the news they granted in channels.
But that's what I just played.
Let me go straight to the point.
Okay, Robin.
Canada.
Uh-huh.
We are discussing the surface of the issue, but not the fundamental. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who invited them or whom they want to meet in Abuja, is an interested party. And I think as a politician, he will be happy that Rivers State, that is controlled by PDP, is weakened by any means. That is the reason why he suspended the constitution which he swore to an oath in May 29, 2023, by saying the things he said in those 8 points, so that benefits him. Having said so, I do not think that anybody in that matter should beg the FCT minister. Since they feel they own all the courts, they own the federal courts, they can always go to court. Let the court continue to do their work till at the end of the day. If the governor is removed, we now see the next governor, whether it's going to still be FCT minister.
All right.
That is my take. Nobody should beg him.
All right, Robin, thank you
because
very
much. Because mentioned they are too big to discuss that matter.
All right. Robin, thank you very much. Robin says no begging. Well, let's take a listen before we get to quotes from Uniport. My goodness. I've got Clinton. I would like to hear from you. I think the network is terrible via WhatsApp. I can't seem to get it. All right, Clinton, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Kalana. Good afternoon.
Yeah, quickly, please, Clinton. I've got caught from you.
The background music.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, Kalana.
Mm-hmm.
The rivers problem. We are all rivers people.
Okay.
We want the best for our state.
Okay.
That's why we're calling for peace. That all gladiators should shield their sword and embrace peace so that we can have development come to rivers people. But have that been the case? It would have been solved if not for the leaders that we have on both sides grandstanding. We have leaders, prominent leaders on both sides.
So who are the leaders? I don't want to waste time in this. I've got a lot of callers. Who are the leaders you think should have been called by the president or by anybody to intervene and ensure that this situation is done and dusted?
Sarufos Ada George.
Okay.
Sadiete Spieth.
Okay.
The wife of the former president, Goodluck Jonathan.
Okay.
These are figures that I believe have influence on the current minister of the FCT, as well as the governor of Rivers State, because of affiliations. So I also want to urge Rivers people not to paint this state with any ethnic coloration. What they want in Rivers State is peace, so that we can have development come to us as a people. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. I've got Cot from Uniport. Cot, welcome. Tell me what's on your mind. I'd like to hear from you, Cot.
Yeah, good evening, Canada.
Yeah, greetings.
Canada allied the concerns of Tonye. But just as he said, feeding the elders of this state, this is a political fight, and it's all about money. They have interest.
Okay.
Even among the Christians, among the churches, there is interest. Among the heirs political leaders, there is interest. And to worsen this situation, the minister of SPT and the sitting governor, none of them are telling us their major problem they have. The minister is telling you about structure. If you may ask me, is Fubara not his own structure? And the governor of Rivers State is not telling us what is the genesis of the problem. It's not when you tell your lawyer the truth that you know how to defend you. brother, this thing will be linked.
But are you saying that if are you saying
one of them will lost start?
Okay.
When one of them will lost start, that's when Iba State will have rest.
All right then.
Even the court have interest.
All right.
The judges have interest.
All right.
I'm not seeing it end so soon. 2027 will determine the end of this matter.
All right then.
That is my thing.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. And quote from Uniport. I've got Jude from Omuma. Jude, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear.
Among the elders mentioned, former military governor J.K. Spiff is okay.
Okay.
Other judge is okay.
Okay.
The businessman who has no political interest is okay.
Atedo Peter side, yeah.
The president, Tinubu, should not. He's the one that has put us to where we are today. Patience Jonathan should not.
Okay.
She's interested party. Odilitu should not. He's interested party. Well, for me, we already started this battle. And there's no other better way to do it legally than to end it in court.
All right.
Because all these people we are mentioning have one interest or the other. How they're going to look at Wike, the minister now, and tell him what he wouldn't want to hear. Who has that power except J.K. Spiff, other judge, and the businessman? The rest cannot even look at Wike and tell him what he wouldn't want to hear. And for say Fubara, he is very loyal to the court. He listened to the president, like the program you had this afternoon. Withdraw all matters in court. And he went ahead to do that. The president didn't even follow up. If you give an order or you give an instruction, follow up.
All right. All right, Jude, I've got to go.
The governor withdrew.
All right.
And the other party didn't withdraw. See where we are today.
All right.
Talking about
I've got to go, Jude. My time.
Okay.
My time is up, so I've got to read messages. This one says, "Good afternoon, my distinguished Kalada. I will suggest the following persons should be contacted to make the settlement: Patient Jonathan, Peter Side, the judge, because they have experiences in political crisis. King from Rumigbo." And this one says, FCD Minister had ruled out any reconciliation move with the governor, whether he changes his mind tomorrow or not. Nobody should beg him. If God that created him can forgive him, I wonder why he would not forgive his fellow human being. From Thank God Ability at Trade. This one says, the names he mentioned can't do anything except they will dance to the tune of Wike. If not, it will not work out. It is only God that will solve this problem. Confidence in Lebadim. This one says, Anonymous, Architect Cole was on point to have said Rivers people are not in the question. That is the reason I laugh when I hear Ikam say it is Rivers first. However, except for Pastor Ibiome, the rest of the persons in his list have their covert or overt political biases. But then, if there is going to be an out-of-court settlement, it can be done at the glare of all Rivers people at Adokia Miasimaka Stadium, where only Governor Sim and his predecessor would be allowed to enter one dressing room at that stadium to talk face-to-face with each other. Thereafter, the duo can be given the microphone to address all spectators on their resolutions. Mind you, the two did not consult any Rivers man or woman when their political romance started. They don't need any force to settle. It may sound bizarre or sarcastic.
Well, it's another beautiful day, a day to start your day well and informed. Look